The Weekly Warp Pipe.
Hey, what's up, Warp Pipers? Welcome back to another episode. We're going to be jumping in the Warp Pipe and talking about arcades in your game room. We actually have a special guest on this week's show. It's called Creative Arcades, and they specialize in doing custom arcades, all types, and they work with some pretty awesome companies. So we're excited to have them on the show and talk with them about bringing some arcades maybe to your game room. Of course, we're back with Name That Quote. David's going to try to stump us with some 80s quotes. Rad and Bokas is pretty interesting as well. And we're also doing Wheel of Doom, and it lands on a great topic. So be sure to stay to the end to check that one out. All right, guys, let's enjoy some nostalgia and jump in the Warp Pipe. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome. We took a break. We took a week off, guys. So we're back here. We were actually guests.
Did we though?
What'd you say?
Did we though?
Did we though?
We were on
well, I was going to say,
another podcast.
If you didn't catch it, we did make a post. We were on the Rushmore podcast last week, so you could have caught us on there. So if you haven't seen it yet, head over there, Rushmore podcast. We were talking about Blockbuster Video memories. It was a good time. First time we were on there. Keith's been on the show, twice now on the Rushmore podcast?
Time with them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So great guys. We got to meet one of them out at Southeast Game Exchange. So it was cool to put a face to the name and chat with them. So that was a good time. So we took a little break and we're back. The Warp Pipe boys are back.
Nice and refreshed.
Wait, didn't you get some snacks, Keith?
I did. I got some black licorice because we were talking about it on the Rushmore podcast. And I think I was the only one that even likes black licorice.
Wait, what does that say on there?
I know it's
Twizzlers. This
but below it.
What does it say under
brand.
it? Torsadas? Is that like the Mexican version?
Is that how it is in Canada?
We're dual language here. We're English and en français.
Oh,
wow.
French.
Everything has French on it. Even on the back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is the metric system the same in France too?
I assume so because I think
like
United
Royale
States is
Twizzlers,
one of the only countries that doesn't use the metric system. Catch up, boys. Catch up.
Fair enough.
Whatever, man.
All right. Enough about snacks. All right. We do have special guests this week. We are doing special guests once a month, and our special guest this week is Creative Arcades. We got two guys working for the company going to come hang out with us on the show. We're excited to have them. We have Brian and Hasty. Welcome to the Weekly Warp Pipe. What's up, guys?
Hey,
good wait, I got Brian muted. Hold on. There we go, Brian. Now you're unmuted.
Glad to meet everybody. Appreciate that opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, you guys give us a short maybe description about maybe what you do with the company or maybe your experience with retro games here, because with the Weekly Warp Pipe, we're all about going back and having some nostalgia.
Perfect. So I actually founded the company in 2013 and kind of went from my automotive roots to the gaming roots and basically just started producing arcades for your Budweiser and bars and outdoor environments. And people like Greg come on board of the company and got us into the real gaming world, the retro arcade world. And for us, it's been an exciting innovation opportunity to be able to meet people that have the passion. And for me, I grew up in the 80s. So bringing back the 80s to everybody that wasn't in the 80s is pretty awesome.
Nice. Awesome.
So well, you're muted, Hasty. You muted yourself again.
Damn. All right. I'm Hasty. I'm one of the techs at Creative Arcades. I configure, wire, troubleshoot, you name it, on our custom arcade machines as well as virtual pinball machines, home consoles, things of that nature. And I never left retro gaming. I was playing my Super Nintendo yesterday. So playing some Killer Instinct.
Awesome.
Nice. That's a good one for sure. I'm also digging the background.
Up?
Thank you.
Oh, what do you say, Key? You build them from ground up?
You guys build these arcades. You build them from ground up. Like everything you guys do as you go is. right in the house? or
Yeah,
what?
so I mean, we get the cabinets in already completed, and then we fill in the rest of the equipment. Sometimes they're a little bit more complete than others, but a lot of what we do is done in house, and we're trying to actively move more and more of that in house. We are having some of our racing cabinets and some of our stand up cabinets being produced by local people in the US now. So that's been a really cool thing that we've been doing. And we've also been looking to get some of our pre-configured software from local companies as well. So we're trying to move things closer to home and really just make it a better experience at the same time.
Nice. That's
Nice.
awesome.
Good stuff for sure.
Yeah,
Have you
Now,
guys?
Brian,
Oh.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Russ.
I was gonna
I
say,
didn't mean to interrupt.
have you brought any of the arcades to like conventions to kind of show it off? We go to a lot of conventions ourselves. I figured it'd be a good
So,
thing.
so at ComCon, we've done that. We've done bar nightclub, and we've done a lot of the like Apple's launch. We went to their corporate headquarters for a big launch. We brought arcades down there. and
Nice.
introduced it. Mike's Hard Lemonade. A lot of the beverage companies, they invite
see.
us to their events, and we set up a display. And we also kind of like for Mike's Hard Lemonade, we did a arcade with a refrigerator in it. So it was super cool.
wow.
Oh, nice.
Post Malone has us doing stuff for him. It's called the Posty Arcade, so we're super jazzed working with him.
Oh
So
wow.
kind of bragging rights. And Steven Spielberg is also collaborated with us. We created pinball machines with all his movies in it. So we're super excited to have him involved in developing pinballs because he's a big arcade pinball guy, and watching him videotape us playing Jaws on a pinball machine got to be the most awesome experience I've ever had.
That's really cool.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you guys been a company?
13 years.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you've been doing it for quite a long time.
That's super cool.
And
wow.
how did you? Do you mind me asking how you kind of got your name into like their names?
Yeah. So what happened was I used to own a company called APC, American Product Company. I was big in the sport compact and tuner, and I started the show Pimp My Ride, involved in Fast and the Furious. So I actually
Wow.
did a lot of these celebrities' cars prior, in the automotive world. So when I got arcades, a lot of people would see my arcades in social media, and they would say like Vince Vaughn, "Hey, can I get an arcade from you?" And we
Nice.
very fortunate to get a lot of celebrities. We even did the Kardashians. So they
Wow.
kind of during COVID was pretty amazing for our company because we had a lot of high
People
end
staying home.
people and celebrities that brought stuff out there. And when I sold the automotive world, I started making outdoor products, and I was doing stuff for Coca-Cola and Budweiser. And Budweiser says, "Hey, can you produce arcades for bars that we know you source overseas?" Next thing I knew, I started doing arcades, and I brought a great team on board. And my team has developed all kind of different software. We do custom wraps and designs, and we've done like Puma's flagship store in Las Vegas. We designed arcades especially for their flagship. Or if you go to an airport in the Chase Sapphire Lounge, you're going to see our arcades that we developed for Chase. Where else
Wow,
can
that's
you
really cool.
hang out in an airport and play arcades for free?
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
That's and anything. So like if someone comes to you and they want you guys to set up an arcade for them, you can put kind of the world's their oyster, or how does that work for you folks?
Depends on what you're looking for and what licenses we're able to tag into. And there's ones out there that they want 5 games, and there's ones they want 10,000. So it just depends on what they're looking for. Our racing systems, we utilize Xbox and PlayStation, and we also do our own software. So we're able to offer a lot of different options, to keep, within the customer's, one, financial pocket, but two, in what they're looking for. Xbox and PlayStation and racers, awesome because I could be in New York and you could be in California. We could be racing each other, and it's bitching. And we're using a force feedback system. We do a butt kicker in the seats, so you're getting a really Fast and the Furious type of experience.
Nice.
That's really impressive. Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah. And and my team, like AC, you have guys that lived arcades all their life, and really understand it. And for me, it's like having them makes it such a better company because the customers that are like you guys that are really into it, they can speak your language. And for me, I'm looking at the other side of the world, and he's there, and it's for me, it's like it's awesome. It's like watching a baby grow.
Super cool. Where are you guys located? Like,
We're
where's your home
Orange,
base?
we're in Orange County, California.
Oh, right on.
There you go. Right
Oh,
next
okay.
door.
Have you
Wow.
so with the arcade cabinets, are you fully customizing each cabinet for customer, or do you have like base cabinets that people can purchase?
Yeah,
So-
so we've got
Go ahead, Hayes.
Oh yeah, so we've got some stock packages that you can purchase. So like if you're just looking for, the really old school arcade games and things like that, you can get like there's a 412 game package, which sounds like a lot, and it's basically a lot of the stuff from the 80s, not just over here but overseas, but going all the way up to like 10,000 games, and we're even getting some that are more than that. And so there's kind of varying degrees in there. But if a customer comes to us and says, these are the games I want on here, well, I'll say, great, here they are.
Wow.
Sweet.
Where do
And
you?
know-
So, I'm in Canada. Shipping. How does that work for you folks? Do you can ship them all over the United States, or how does that? What does that look like for someone that's
So
watching
we-
the podcast and is interested?
So we ship to Canada. We actually have done some stuff for Canadian Tire for their corporate headquarters in their break
Oh
room.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and for us in London Drugs also in the corporate. But we advertise off our site. We'll ship to Canada. Been doing Canada for a long time.
Nice.
We just put A on the end of our machine.
There you go. Make it EH, right? Not just an A, EH.
It's in the game.
No, the Canadian market is actually a big market for us. It's growing, and there's a lot of passion. And then also too, the colder weather, just like Minnesota, they're looking to entertain their family during the wintertime.
Absolutely. Totally. I 100% get that. That's why I've got one of the retro ones in the background here, because a little bit
Yeah.
cold for a while and might as well stay inside.
Yeah, we actually have a customer that has a fishing house on the ice, and he has the
Okay.
arcade in his ice house. That he
That's
has
cool.
all. They can't catch fish, but they all play arcades. It's awesome.
Nice.
They play Jaws.
Exactly.
Shut up.
Nice.
Nice.
That's a good
it's
one.
awesome.
That's really, really cool.
Sweet. Now, do you guys do shows or show up at cons and have arcades set up for people to check out?
Yeah, so we actually we set up at different arcade environment events. Also, too, a lot of concerts. They'll set up a VIP lounge, and we'll bring our
Oh,
arcades
okay.
there for a VIP lounge.
Mhm.
Netflix uses us all the time when a movie comes out, and we'll create an arcade for a theme. Perfect example: we did basically a coffin that was a claw machine, and the claw was a hand. So it was for a movie
Oh.
launch, and it was great.
For Wednesday.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
I kind of figured that because we've been
Yeah,
watching
great.
season
Yeah.
2 lately.
we're supposed to keep that on the down. There you go. Yeah.
Nice.
So I think the direction, if I'm understanding what David's asking, so and Russ said earlier, like we'll go to like SoCal Gaming Expo, like that Pixel Game Squad guys have, or we'll end up at Siege, like we just were. Is
Or
that
PAX,
something
maybe.
you looked into? PAX,
PAX,
Is that
PAX
something you
East
guys
and
have
West.
looked into, because you'd catch a lot of probably folks stopping and checking it out if you had a booth at some of these retro gaming conventions, right? If you're doing these bigger things and you're involved in Netflix and celebrity endorsements and stuff, or these guys are buying your arcades, I'm sure there's lots of us out there that would be interested too.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. For us, we've been very fortunate. We've done more the promotional market world and the bar and nightclub world, because
Yeah.
the beverage companies, Google corporate break rooms, Facebook, Amazon, most of the corporate break rooms utilize our product. So it's it's the corporate world that we've been fortunate. And for us, we're doing a lot of restaurants that are pinball restaurants or arcade restaurants. You know,
Mhm.
in Texas, there's a really cool place called the Dallas Garage. It's a restaurant that has garages that you go in and use their hoist, their tools, and they have
Oh, right.
all our racing machines in their restaurant. It's like awesome,
Oh yeah. Wow,
you know.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you
That's
know. So for us, I mean, we fell into a lot of different things. You know, for some reason, the makeup companies keep using our claws for, makeup promotions like Milk and Elf, and now Lululemon's using us for their promotional world. And, White Claw
Uh-huh.
at Coachella had our claw machines there grabbing cans of drinks. It's like freaking awesome.
that's
Wow.
crazy. Wow,
Yeah.
you guys are huge. Like you're really doing something amazing from the sounds of it.
We get a lot of opportunities because we're able to really build stuff in house. We have a great tech team, right here, and then we have a really good art department. We're able to design, and we like things out of the box. We're not corporate
Cool.
America. We're guys that think out of the box. But if you're looking for somebody that's just going to be in a square box, we don't want to do it. We want to do
Mhm.
things
Yeah.
that are unique and different, and it's awesome. And I'm a vet, so I've done a lot of military. The VA actually uses our arcades for hand and eye therapy. So
Wow.
think about it. You're going to a VA hospital for therapy and you're playing an arcade machine, but it's helping you. That's like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
that's super cool. Thanks for your service too.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Sure,
welcome. Best
all
time
of us
of my life.
appreciate that.
How
Excellent.
many people are on your team?
We have 17 people on our team, and then we have some people overseas, and then we have a lot of contractors. So we have guys cutting the wood for us. We had a facility in Mexico that we brought up to the States. So we're transitioning all that right now. For us, we just moved to a new location so we can build and manufacture more domestically. We want to bring more jobs to the States, and for us, it's important. We're trying to source everything, but it's hard. We still depend on overseas on
Right.
a
Right.
lot of electric components. So we're trying to do more in house. And anybody sees this and makes electrical components, power supplies, call us. We're down.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Wow. That's
Well, we certainly have a lot to talk about, so we don't want to give all of it away. So maybe we'll wrap up this portion of it now, and then we're gonna go deep diving onto getting these things in our game rooms, right, guys?
Oh yeah, with our
I'm
main
excited
topic,
to
we'll
hear
dive
about
into
it.
that.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, we'll wrap this baby up.
All right, so we're gonna jump over to our Warp Pipe rental. Every week we pick a game or a movie, we rent it, play it, and talk about it. So let's check it out. Hit it, Russ.
Let's head to the video store and grab a game for the weekend. We have the box art and description to guide us when we're choosing what game to rent. So grab your rental card because this is the Warp Pipe Rental.
What game you rent for the weekend?
All right, we hit the rental store this week, and we did a little deep dive into Strider on the Sega Genesis. Just look how 80s this box art is.
Who does that remind you of? That character
Oh.
on there. Look at him.
Oh man,
It looks like Dave Coulier.
Dave
I feel like I'm
Coulier.
watching Full House. Yeah.
I can see it now.
Right.
I didn't notice
Cut
that
it
before,
out.
but
Yeah, that's totally who it looks like.
not
I never
really
even
a
thought about it
ninja.
until he said something.
Dave Coulier. I got a
Oh,
copy.
wait,
right
go
here,
go
too.
back to that real
Go back
quick. It
to it?
says
Yeah,
the 8 mega memory.
the old 8 mega memory. I don't know. They're just trying to pitch it somehow with that here. So I do have the complete in box copy right here. I mean, the screenshots on the back look great. I mean, you're a ninja with a ninja blade chopping people up, right? It's a futuristic environment, and it was in the arcade. So this game is based on the arcade version of that. I did end up actually live streaming this last week. I don't know if anyone has anything else to put into it, but I'll get into what my thoughts for the game was after.
I want to hear about it.
Yeah.
I was so frustrated with this game. My God. We were playing it. I was live streaming it. If you go back, I ended up beating it. Yes, I stuck it out and we used some save states to get through. But I thought it was going to be great and fun and easy. Like, it's got a good concept, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff it's missing on it. Like, when you're hitting enemies, there's no good sound effect to indicate you're connecting or making damage. Um, Sometimes there's some slowdown a little bit. It's just certain things where I'm like, it doesn't make it enjoyable. Whereas if you play like on Genesis, Hyperstone Heist, the Ninja Turtles game, very enjoyable, or Captain America and the Avengers, another beat 'em up style game. It's just you get that connection fighting. And I was so frustrated playing this game. I did try the sequel, hoping it would be better. It was not. It was not great. So I literally ended up. I was live streaming. I think I started at 8 because we weren't doing the podcast, and I beat this around, I don't know, maybe 10 or so. And then I actually ended up playing the NES version and played it all the way through. I stayed up till 1:30 or 2 a.m. to beat the NES version because I loved that one so much more, and I needed like a palate cleanse from this game here. I was like, I'll be happy if I never go back to this game. So I don't know what your experiences were like. What about you, Dave?
So I mean, I'll say this. Well, now question for you, because they do have difficulty settings on it. Did you change any of the settings?
Easy mode,
Okay.
and it was still very difficult.
Well, it definitely feels like a button masher, right? Like you gotta like really just mash the button of like your weapon and things like that. I did appreciate the fact that they stuck to the arcade graphics and really
It's
do that.
very similar, yeah. Because I loaded it up and I was like, it's pretty darn close. Like, obviously, the arcade version is going to be crisper because it has more memory and this and that. But it was, they pretty did a good port. I will say in that, yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of platforming.
Yeah, a lot of like
So
jumps of
you're like,
faith. You're like, where am I going? I don't know.
right. Jumps on the wall. You're also grabbing onto things that are above you to flip yourself
Right.
back up. So
Yeah.
tons of platforming. Yeah, I mean, if I'm talking about arcade games, I mean, I'm going back to like Contra or even like Altered Beast. It kind of reminded me of like the graphics of Altered Beast,
Okay.
like on the
Yeah.
on I think it was on Sega Master System. So it reminded me of those graphics. But yeah, like it immediately felt like I was playing an arcade game, which was
Okay.
that's always like a nostalgic, that kind of like rules over, I mean, what are arcades made for, right? They
Quarters,
like
right? Get the
right, they
quarters out
eat
of
your
Eating them.
yourself.
Eating
quarters.
them.
So you're gonna get these like crazy difficult games with it.
Right.
What'd you think, Keith?
I like Russ. 'Cause I struggled. It was hard. I got my butt kicked. I felt like the first level, I was like, "Yeah, this is gonna be a great fun time." And then I got to the snow and I was like, "Why?" Dying repetitively. And then I couldn't get past that gorilla boss in the time I played it. Like, I need to go back.
Mhm.
Oh, but I was like, "Am I even hitting him?"
That's what I said. There's no
Down sword,
indication.
right?
Like,
Just swipe repetitively. So I don't know. It was pretty difficult. I'm
Yeah.
sure if I had it on a arcade cabinet, if someone could hook me up with something like that, that could be pretty cool. But this version, and I felt like there was slowdown. I don't know if you guys saw
That's what I
that.
said. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel like there
yeah,
was slowdown, right? So
yeah.
it was rough. Now, Hasty, you said you played this one a little bit too?
Yeah. So I got some time in on it, and I couldn't put my finger on it, but Russ articulated it really well. The thing that I was struggling with was I wasn't sure if I was hitting anything. And then the other thing that was really I felt like was an oversight is the levels, at least the first one, was so vertical and there's no upward attack. Like you can platform upward and you can jump and move, but
Right.
there's no
Absolutely, yeah.
upward slash. And
That's a
so
good point.
it creates this situation where you have all these enemies stacked up that you could be hitting but you can't.
Mhm.
And
At least in the
Um,
NES one, you can hold your thing up and jump like with it, like in
Yeah,
that version.
yeah.
But this one, no,
Well,
it's like sorry.
that's the other thing. It kind of also reminded me of Bionic Commando a little bit. Because you would jump
Okay.
up and you'd be able to grab the thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I like
just-
that you can grab a hold of the walls and climb,
Yeah,
and get a
right.
hold of ledges and climb up.
Right.
But like you said, I
the
wish I could
platforming was
swipe.
yeah, like the platforming was really good. Except for like if they just took out some of like the leaps of faith.
Right.
I feel like they could have, but I know it's all about getting your money at the end. So that's what.
right.
Especially
Now,
at the, I would say at the later levels, it gets wild where it's gravity reverses, so you're going up and you can fall and just go into the sky and like die. And I had to do that level. God, probably was like 45 minutes at least because you have to get to a certain point, and then it's a boss rush mode of fighting all the bosses before you fight the main boss. And I'm like, I would have been given up long before if I wasn't using save states.
Hmm.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
How about Brian? Brian, did you play this game?
No, I did not. I
No,
came.
that's
I
okay.
came from the '80s, but it sounds like I kind of missed something out.
you didn't miss anything, apparently.
just frustration, if you ask me.
Well, I love,
What-
talking about Full House. That brings back memories.
Right?
Yeah. Where's Uncle Jesse?
Yeah,
Absolutely. He's one of those ones in the back. He's in this robot costume back there.
yeah, there we go.
So, should we rate it?
Well, I do have two comments.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Or I mean, we could rate it and just jump over
Let's-
to those as well. What does Keith is like?
Let's do it.
Whatever
What do
works.
you got? David, what do you got? What are you giving this?
What are you giving it?
2 out of 5. It's just not an enjoyable game for my taste. I would prefer the NES version.
Okay.
So, Keith,
I'd be real close, probably 2.5.
Okay.
Just because it looks cool, but other than that, it kicked my butt repetitively. I'd like to try some more of it, but I like that the levels are different as you went through. That's the coolest part.
Keith gave the extra half a point for Dave Coulier.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
The only thing missing from this game was Mr. Woodchuck.
Absolutely.
bonus
Screech was
level.
Saved by the Bell.
Wait, no, he had one too, didn't he?
Who's that?
Full House.
Yeah, the
He had
woodchuck.
the
Yeah.
Woodchuck. Yeah. But I think he's right. Saved by the Bell. He had one too. The Max guy had it in the restaurant, I think, too. That's weird. I never thought about that.
The more you
That's
know.
what- know, you're
that's
the
for
movie
another
quote
podcast. Okay, go. Russ, what do you give it? Never mind. Don't mind me over here.
1. I'm not holding back. It's a 1.
I feel like we're gonna get hate for this.
Oh, I'm gonna have PTSD on this. I will gladly play. The NES one is so much better. I mean, they took a different direction. I was really hoping the sequel to this would be better, but they didn't really fix anything from it. So that's why I felt let down.
I don't know. Is it better than Ocarina? I'll get so
Uh-oh,
much hate
careful
for
now.
that
We're getting in
one.
real trouble.
Whoa.
I'll get real
Hasty, what do you
trouble for
got?
that
Hasty's
one.
just out. He's like, I'm done. Later, guys.
Are you gonna trash talk Ocarina of Time right now, or
Oh,
David's going to.
oh,
David's
there's
going
a
to.
whole thing. There's a whole thing about Ocarina. I get
We didn't
blasted in the
understand it.
comments.
It's not our
Yeah,
time.
Yeah.
Not our time.
Okay, all right.
What
do you give it out of
What would
5?
you rate it?
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna go a little higher than I think I would have if I had played more. So I'll probably give it a 2, just
Okay.
because I didn't have to suffer as much as Russ did. I did go back. I actually looked at some of the Strider for the NES too, and you guys know what? There's a speed run for that game. You know how fast the world record speed run is for Strider for the NES?
Oh,
Tell
I think
us.
I said-
5 minutes.
I know
3
it's
minutes
low.
and 20 seconds.
What?
It's a lot of glitching and stuff. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. They jump into the walls. It shoots you out through the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
crazy.
Go
Now, I
watch
watched.
it. It's,
I did throw on a YouTube video of a playthrough of this game,
Right.
and it was done in like what 20 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely lower because I was anticipating beating it within the 2 hours, and I was like, I was using that as like help, and I was like, this
Okay.
is they finished it way easier.
Yeah, crazy.
that's crazy. I think I spent 20 minutes on the first level. Like,
Right.
Me
Right.
too.
We did
I'm
have
easy.
two comments from our social medias, so we'll see what you guys had to say about this one here.
What did you say? What did you say?
Springfield, let's hear from you.
We posted on our YouTube community page. Mike says, one of my favorite Genesis games. Awesome graphic and gameplay. Definitely renting it.
So much
Oh
trouble.
man.
And Colby, Virgin's first thing, said, this is top tier Sega Genesis game. Love the gameplay and action. 4.8 out of 5.
We're
Wow.
Nintendo people.
Did you guys go
Yeah.
back and play this? I don't think they played it. They made
I'm wondering if they played the NES version then.
Maybe it's just the nostalgia lenses. I don't know, man.
I have heard that people love this game. They think it's like
Really?
one of the great games on the Genesis. So it's probably just because we don't have that nostalgia, and it's probably because we are maybe more lean towards Nintendo.
Nintendo
For,
stuff. I will
No,
say,
I don't think that's
easier.
it, Keith. I don't think that's it at all. I just did not enjoy it. That's all.
there was a version that came out on the PlayStation. I believe I bought it on the eShop on the PlayStation 3, and that was phenomenal. It was basically like a Metroidvania style game, and that was like 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed that one. You know, with the newer style games. I don't know if I think there's some other newer Strider games too. I mean, definitely a great concept, story, and all that. I just felt like, I don't know, on this one, they missed the mark.
Well,
what's next week? What mark are we missing next week?
next week I'm gonna make you guys suffer through the dam level in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the original NES.
Man, the
So the anniversary coming up. It's coming back to the theater, so I thought it'd be a pretty cool time to play the original NES game that disappointed us all back then because it had nothing to do with the cartoon. So we'll revisit it and see what we think about it now.
Nice. Yeah, we'll see how far we could get. Maybe I'll end up streaming this one. I have never beaten it. I don't think I've ever even seen the Technodrome stage. So
It's
Okay.
incredibly difficult. Even
imagine
finding the
so.
Technodrome is incredibly difficult.
Sweet.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Nice.
Yeah. So try to grab that game, and hopefully it's a little better than this week, I will say.
All right, it's about that time. And we got guests today. So we're going to see if our guests can also name that quote.
Hey, I bet you can't name that quote.
All right. So I got 3 movie quotes. I'm going to
Okay.
read the quote. You guys are going to see if you know it. Don't give the answer just yet. We'll play the audio, see if you guys actually do know it, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay.
So we do have guests today. How is your
Movie
how
knowledge.
is your movie knowledge of movie quotes from the 80s and 90s?
Well, 80s should be okay for me since I grew up in the 80s and 90s.
Okay. How about you, Hasty?
I'm definitely more on the 90s side of things, but
Okay.
I've watched my fair share of 80s. I feel not confident at all, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
A
I
lot of
never feel confident. You'll be fine.
a lot of times we don't know it at all, and when we hear the audio, that gives a good clue to maybe the voice actor, and you're like, oh, okay, I got it. Direction now.
Yeah. So just so you guys know, I will give you guys a topic since we do have our guest today. Action movies.
Okay.
So they are, I would consider them action movies. So we'll go from there. The first movie, I will give you the year as well. The first movie is from 1985. So I hope Brian, I hope this is right up your alley. Here we go. Clear my throat, Russ.
Let me
All right.
clear my throat.
Let's see here. All right, let me pull this up here. Okay. We have to be right in the middle of the action because we are the warriors. And without some challenge, without some damn war to fight, then the warriors may as well be dead. Name that quote.
I feel like it's almost obvious, but I'm like, it can't be that obvious.
Okay.
We'll see.
We'll talk it through. Does anybody have any ideas? No.
All right, we'll play it and see if that sparks anything.
No.
Wait, what does Brian say?
I no clue.
Oh,
No
okay.
idea. All right, so let's play it, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay.
We have to be right in the middle of the action because we're the warriors. And without some challenge, without some damn war to fight, then the warrior may as well be dead.
I can't place the actor.
No, huh? I'm stumping you guys on this one, huh?
I have a guess, which we'll see if it's right, but I doubt
do our guests have any guesses?
I got no idea. I don't even want to put it out there.
Fair enough.
What about you, Brian?
It threw me off. I thought it was like Apocalypse Now or something like that, but no, you got me.
Okay.
That's Apollo Creed, right? But I don't know what movie it would be unless it's a Rocky movie. I don't think it is.
No.
Is it?
Is it?
Is it?
I wasn't
Apollo
even
Creed.
guessing.
It's Apollo Creed.
But in a Rocky movie?
It is Rocky.
Yes, it is a Rocky movie.
Oh my God, that was one of my. I love Rocky.
Which Rocky?
Third one. The third one? The third one.
It is not the third one.
No,
Second one. The ninth one.
It's two.
It is not
Creed
Rocky.
2.
Yeah, no. It is from the best Rocky movie of all time.
Rocky 1.
No, come on.
Rocky 1.
Rocky 4.
Oh.
Why is that the best?
Think about it. We're at damn war. Think about
that. Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I was going to say? Which I thought would be more. The movie The Warriors.
That would make sense because it's
I
like
said 80s, and he's like, "We're the Warriors." I'm like,
right.
It can't be The Warriors movie.
Right. So it is Rocky 4 that ended the Cold War, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's talking about without some war to fight, then the Warriors may as well be dead. So that was Apollo Creed. The second one was the one where
that got Mr. T in it?
The first one had Mr. T in it. No, the first one. The first one he lost to Apollo Creed. Then the second one. Wait. Let's talk to Brian here. Hang on, Brian. There you go. You're unmuted.
Okay, yeah. The first one was my favorite because you had Adrian. You know, you had to love it. You know, that's the whole thing that started it all.
Yeah.
And then, which is the one? Was it Rocky 3 that had Thunder Lips? R.I.P. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
So that was Apollo Creed in Rocky 4.
Okay.
So sorry, guys.
That's all right.
I think the next two might be a little bit easier.
All right.
Those Rocky movies blend together at the start for some reason for me. So I'm like, which one? Who is he fighting in this one again?
Right.
Exactly. I agree. It's my favorite one for sure.
Yeah, Rocky 4. And if you guys have, I think it's Amazon. Sylvester Stallone did a Rocky 4 recut where it's now more of like a drama where there's less montages. Drago talks more. I have yet to watch it. I do have to watch it, but my brother has watched it and he says it's very interesting to watch, knowing like what type of movie the original Rocky 4 was. So you get to check it out. It's on Amazon. Yeah. All right, number 2. Let's go number 2.
Okay.
This is from 1991. So Hasty, I'm looking at you. Here we go. Children look like burnt paper, black, not moving. And then the blast wave hits, and they fly apart like leaves. Name that quote.
I think I might know where it's going.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think I might know this one.
Right.
Okay. How about Brian? Do you think you might know?
No, I'm terrible at this stuff.
Okay. No worries.
Oh my, it's okay.
All right, let's play the quote.
Children look like burnt paper. Black. Not moving. And then the blast wave hits them. And they fly apart like leaves.
I'm sorry I didn't get as dramatic with it though.
I hope he knows it. Who's got it?
Does anyone know it? Brian, no.
Terminator, right?
It is Terminator. Which
Nice job.
Terminator?
Terminator 2?
That is correct.
Yeah.
I don't have any
Who said it?
confetti.
You know what? I think he just won an arcade.
Oh, nice.
You got to build it yourself, but you won it.
Exactly.
Story of my life, really.
Do you know the character that said the quote?
Sarah Connor?
Correct.
Nice.
Good
Yep.
job. Nice,
Good
Hasty.
one.
Did you guys know it, Russ?
Yeah. When I heard blast, I was like, I think it's Terminator.
What? Yeah, that's
When the blast
the
hit.
part about the children, because she has the flashback or whatever it is. Yeah.
Right. Good job.
You just
Good
see
job.
that the fence scene almost.
Yes, right. That's yes.
Yeah.
All right. This one I think is pretty easy.
Okay.
This is from 1990. Okay. Here we go. You are here because the outside world rejects you. This is your family. I am your father.
Just play it.
Yes.
You are here because the outside world rejects you. This is your family. I am your father.
Brian,
Star
what do you
Wars.
think?
Star Wars.
It is not a Star Wars. I was waiting. When I was getting this quote, that was the first thing I was thinking of. I was like, please somebody say Star Wars.
We got to do a who said it better.
Yeah.
Right?
Who's got it? Hasty got
Anyone
it?
got it? Hasty?
Yeah, Star Wars. Yeah.
It is not Star Wars.
Yeah, I know. I can't place it though. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
How about you, Brian?
No, I really thought it was Star Wars.
Now we stumped them. Does Keith know it? It's not Batman Returns.
It's not
Oh, it's not. It's Harry and the Hendersons. Is it?
It's not Harry and the Hendersons.
Is it Teenage Battletoads?
You're close. You're halfway there.
Oh, so close.
Wrong amphibian. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That is
Nice.
correct. Who said it?
Shredder.
The Shredder.
Right.
The
That's
Shredder.
right.
I
It is
am your father.
Shredder. Yes, 1990. That is from the original Turtles movie.
Right, he's talking to all the Foot Clan people
Yeah.
and like the Lost Boys almost in the warehouse.
Yeah.
I like
Or
to
the
you could visit where they shot that scene. Like it's just like the big cement, like whatever barriers and all that, like the Foot Clan hideout. I think it's somewhere in California. I want to say.
Interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the coolest place. I mean, every kid wanted to be part of the Foot Clan in 1990 because of that scene. They had the arcade
There was
cabinets.
arcades.
They had the skating ramps.
It all
Had
comes
everything.
back full circle. Circle of life. Back to
That's right.
arcades.
Nice.
So good job, guys. You guys got a couple of them. I stumped you
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
Rocky one, but yeah, hope you guys
There's like
enjoyed.
10 Rocky movies. How am I supposed to? Come on now.
Well, according to
even
Back
have-
to the Future, there's 19 Jaws movies, so I mean, at least I gave you that.
Yes.
So, well, good job. We'll see how I go if I go easy on you guys for next week.
Fair enough.
All right, so we're jumping into rad or bogus. We're gonna pick 2 items to things out in the world. We gotta pick one is rad, one is bogus, gone forever, gonna affect the entire timeline going forward. Go ahead, Russ, hit it.
Bogus.
Nice.
All right,
Who
I'll
we
go
got
first.
You'll go first.
I'll
Okay.
go first. Yeah. So I'm gonna do music,
Okay.
and I know that typically I go really deep diving on these things, but I'm gonna keep it simple this week for our guests. And I never did music before, so I was like, well, how can we do music? So we're going back to the 80s.
Mhm.
So Brian, this should be up your alley. You get one of the two: Walkman or a boombox. So
Like
who
they're
wants to
just
go?
gone.
Yeah.
You don't
so
pick it. Never
Brian.
invented.
Brian is the '80s guy. So Brian, do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Walkman for me.
Yeah.
Why Walkman?
Just because when I was a kid, I had the Walkman and the boom boxes were in the back of our car.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Fair enough. How about you, Hasty? You have any thoughts on this?
Even though it was kind of going out of style at the time, I like a boombox.
Nice. Very
Classic
cool.
for sure.
Yeah.
Because you can
Russ?
carry it on your shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like
Yeah.
you know, it wasn't Spotify wasn't around. You couldn't just play whatever. You might have something nobody's heard before. You got to share that, you know.
Yeah.
This would be a tough one because I love the portability of the Walkman, and I would rollerblade or use my bicycle and throw the Walkman in my backpack and get to where I had to go. But having, I mean, I assume like a boombox or like a cassette player of some sorts. It doesn't have to be the right exact boombox that you carry on your shoulder. The way I'm picturing it would be, I use that a lot in the house
Mhm.
to listen to music or play guitar too, like having a song play and then I'm learning it and playing along with it. And I remember good memories with that. So to not have that anymore. I will say nowadays though, you're listening to all your music in your car basically.
On Bluetooth, nonetheless.
On Bluetooth.
Yeah.
I'll probably go lean towards the Walkman is rad because
Okay.
I feel like you just get more portability. You do some yard work, throw your Walkman on, get your workout in using that. So
Russ is not listening to his music in the kitchen anymore. He's got to
No more
have
in
the
the kitchen.
headphones on.
I mean, I get while I'm washing the dishes, I can't hear the kids screaming or anything.
Okay. How about you, Keith?
Well, considering I was never cool enough to have a boombox on my shoulder, I always had the Walkman. I think I'm gonna
Okay.
have to stick with it. Got that
All right.
that metal band and those foamies on the earphones, and you got the
Yeah,
clip where you can hook it on your belt and put your cassette in,
Yeah.
push it in, push play. That's awesome. And again, no one wanted to listen to music I was listening to, so why would I force people to listen to that?
Well, here's the way I look at it. I look
All
at
right.
it in a sense of, and I'll do a little bit of a deep dive. My little bit of a deep dive is, well, what are the Beastie Boys rocking then?
Mm-hmm.
What are the Fat Boys rocking? I could do without Star-Lord and his Walkman,
Okay.
so I'm gonna go boombox.
Oh, okay.
Is rad. It's just cooler. It's just cooler looking.
I will say that a good benefit with the boombox is you can have your blank tapes in it and record, songs off the radio. Or if you had a dual cassette boombox, your friend can let you borrow tape and then you can record it onto another tape. So there's some good benefits there with that. So I wouldn't miss that.
And then you can also plug in an auxiliary and have headphones on your boombox as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. And I mean, you got basically what? AA batteries versus D batteries.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Yeah.
So you're gonna have to.
It's gonna cost a lot more.
It's gonna cost
Take
a lot
someone out
more.
with a D battery.
Yeah, exactly.
You could always
So
borrow batteries from the TV remote to throw in your Walkman.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So I'm gonna go with boombox just because I don't know. I don't know if like it's so nostalgic to like visualize one of those boomboxes, right?
Fair enough.
And you know what? I'll just wait for the CD, the mini portable CD player.
All right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
So get out of here. It's not like
Fair
we're
enough.
getting rid of tapes.
That.
That's what I got.
Okay.
Who wants to go next?
Oh, I'm gonna go here. So I picked retro gaming accessories. I didn't want to give it away to you guys too easily. Super Scope on the Super Nintendo or the Menacer on the Sega.
Dun dun dun.
I mean, I'll go first on this. This is an easy one for me, and I think I would go with Super Scope. Is rad. I just remember I have like memories of Super Scope. You know, it's like it's like a bazooka launcher that you put on your shoulder. I remember going to my neighbor's house who had one of those, and we would play. I forget what was the game. What was the pack-in game with that? Do you guys
Super
remember?
Scope 6, where it had a bunch of different games in it.
Oh, that would be obvious. Yes, that's yes, Super Scope 6. Yeah, so I remember playing that a lot, more so than the Genesis, even though I had a Genesis growing up. I just have more memories with the Super Scope. What
They
about
look
you,
so much the
Russ?
same, right?
I've never got to use the Menacer here. I think it looks really cool. It's tactical. You got the cool like arm piece there, very futuristic. But I didn't know anyone that had the Menacer. The Super Scope, though, I do own and used before. And fun fact, it was used in the Super Mario Brothers movie as their de-evolving gun.
Yes.
So with that fact in there, I got to go Super Scope with it.
Right, because if we got rid of Super Scope, then what is Mario using in that movie?
I guess a zapper, an NES zapper, maybe.
Yeah,
they
He's
could
not using the Menacer. That's cross branding. What about Hasty? Do you have any memories of these?
I wanted a Super Scope so bad when I was a kid. I never got one. I didn't know anybody that owned a Sega Genesis, which may be weird, but so for me, it's got to be the Super Scope, just because it's the thing I never had.
There you
Nice.
go.
How about you, Brian?
Super Scope, and I'll tell you, it's crazy. I remember where my mom bought it, Kmart.
Nice.
Yes.
Wow.
It wasn't a blue light special either.
Good.
How about you,
That's
Keith?
awesome. Super Scope all the way. I don't like that the Menacer I'm using, like, you're like looking through it with like both eyes, kind of. I think.
Oh, really?
Right? It's got like,
let's see.
you're like up against it almost.
Right.
I've only, so I had one friend. Again,
Oh,
I'm the
right.
same.
There's you
I
can see
had,
the picture of the guy where yeah, it
yeah,
looks like
like
binoculars on there.
I had one friend that had, oh, he had a Genesis, but we never played it. We had like 2 Sonic games for it. I had one friend that had Genesis and had the Menacer, and I never got to use it, but I always thought it looked cool. And then I got the same deal for Christmas one year. My mom bought us the Super Scope, and I was in love with it because I could hold it on my shoulder like a bazooka. So
Mhm.
Super Scope all the way.
Cool.
Nice. I'd love to try to see if I can hook mine up and do a live stream of some of the games with like Super Scope. I can't remember if how it hooks up. Like, can I use it on a flat screen? I didn't know if it came with a
It's got a
sensor,
square
right?
box that sits
Yeah.
on top. The sensor sits on top.
That's
So,
right.
Right. So you
it
should be able
good
to
go.
use it on an LCD, right?
The only issue I'm thinking is like I have my key light here, and if that's going to mess up with whatever sensor like is going on. So we'll
Well,
see.
We'll rent it for a weekend, and then you can let us know how it is.
There we go. Nice. That was a good one. I figured fitting. I did arcade games.
Strider.
We're gonna
Strider.
pick 2. I didn't shoot. I should have. That would have been good. Forethought on that. I'm gonna do 2 of the big dogs. One's got to go. We got X-Men 4-player arcade cabinet versus The Simpsons 4-player arcade cabinet. I could have went the other way. I felt like the other way would have been an easier pick.
Russ is doing it dirty.
I could have done Turtles and Simpsons, or I left Turtles out of this. So X-Men 4-player, Simpsons.
Who wants to take this one first?
I'll do it. I'm the guest. If they want
Okay.
to,
All right.
have
What
me
do you
back
What do you
now.
got for us? Go for it.
I'm gonna have to take The Simpsons on this one because when I grew up, there was an arcade down the street called Nickel Nickel, and the back row of machines, any game in there, you could play for exactly 1 nickel, and they had The Simpsons back there, and I played the crap out of that game. Even at 1 nickel per play, I probably could have bought that cabinet.
Nice. Good one for sure. What we got?
I
What do you
don't
think,
know.
Brian?
How about Brian? Let's hang on.
Brian, what do
Let
you
me,
got?
It's a
go ahead, Brian.
Simpsons by far. Simpsons.
Yeah, Simpsons.
The nostalgia, the shit talking. It was just one of my favorite games. And when you're playing with your buddies, that's awesome. X-Man, too commercialized.
Okay.
That's it. Too commercialized. That's it. End of story.
Like X-Men was like just smash, 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 right? Like
it's like
when you died. I died a lot more in it.
Yep.
Pop those quarters. All right. Keith, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
I think I kind of just slightly gave it away, didn't I? Right there. I love the idea of 4-player X-Men. I do. But The Simpsons was such a cool look. Just the cabinet itself was so cool looking. I almost owned one. I was so close. I wish if I could go back to that moment, I would have just ponied up the extra dough and bought it when I bought Sunset Riders as well, because he was selling his whole business and he had a Simpsons arcade there, and I didn't buy it, and I regret it to this day. So thanks for rubbing it in, Russ. So I'm picking Simpsons.
Fair enough.
I have more nostalgia with The Simpsons. I used to play that at the arcade. I used to play it. I think it was Russ. I think did they have that at the North Haven cinemas back in the day?
They probably did. Yeah, I remember a lot of the arcades at the cinemas.
Yeah, so I think I remember playing it there, and even like Keith was saying too, like just like the graphics, the gameplay. I always like that kind of like cartoony. I mean, it's a cartoon, but like I always like that style of gameplay where it's just like goofy and animated and everything. I really wish Arcade 1-Up made a better Simpsons cabinet. Because that's the reason I don't own it, because of the way it ended up. I like the volume's not very loud. The bowling thing is shoddy, and it's just not like a good experience. So I really wish that Arcade 1-Up did a better job on that, but because that would be the other one that I would own. But as far as the game itself, I would definitely go Simpsons over the X-Men.
Gotcha.
Basically for nostalgia purposes.
Yeah. I mean, I played both of them a bunch. My mom used to work at the bowling alley, AMF, and I would go with her on weekends and hang out there, and they had a nice arcade in there, and both of those machines were in there. I love the look of the X-Men cabinet. So massive. It's nicely spread out while you're playing all 4 players there, and the art is awesome. I loved the X-Men cartoon growing up, so I definitely put some quarters in there, but I'd always go back to The Simpsons. It was just, I don't know, more fun, easier to play. Again, we watched The Simpsons growing up as well, too. And it was just a better one. We could beat that one multiple times. You play X-Men for a little bit and you're kind of like, I give up. So, Simpsons for me as well.
Oh, did we lose Brian?
We might have.
It looks like we. Oh, no,
he's coming back.
He's coming back.
He's loading in. So,
okay.
Did you have one too, Hasty, or for Rad and Bogus?
Oh yeah. I picked the Simpsons. Yeah.
I didn't know if you had a topic. Or for.
Oh, got it.
You want to throw one at us? No, you're good.
No, I'm all right. I didn't. Didn't get enough time to think about it.
No worries.
All right. So let's we'll remove Brian until he comes in here. Yeah, so that's Rad or Bogus.
Nice. So before we get to our main topic, we'll do a quick commercial break, and then we'll get into arcades and retro gamers game rooms. It's going to be a good one. Be right back.
Great issues plus 6 free strategy guides on a hot new game. That's twice the power for still $15. Wow, call now.
100% pure Florida orange juice. Pure energy. Are you drinking enough?
Hey, did you guys check out the weeklywarpipe.com yet? It has all our latest videos in one spot. This week's Warp Pipe rental and contact info in case you want to call into the show. That's the weeklywarpipe.com. All right, let's get back to the episode.
Bro.
Right.
Bro.
Yeah.
$15 for 12 issues of Nintendo Power.
It was a steal back then,
bro.
Right?
What?
Even so, if you guys haven't followed my other YouTube channel, Rustly, every week I read a Nintendo Power magazine on there. It's like an hour-long episode. We do a deep dive into it, and I'm like looking at, you could do back issues, and they're only like a few bucks, and it's like a no-brainer if you had gotten it. It's like you get so many magazines for so cheap. Like every kid should have a subscription to it.
Wow. That's when I heard that on that commercial, I was like, dang.
And the commercial's so wild with everything in your face. Everything's happening at the graphics. It's all like,
well, Nintendo did have some crazy commercials, and there might be some news coming up very soon on a future episode of the podcast. So,
okay.
Well, you already know about it, but we'll talk about when we're gonna do this officially. So, guys, get excited because we might have something pretty cool coming up soon.
Fair enough. All right, let's get
teaser alert.
What was it? Teaser alert.
I still think about the first Nintendo commercial for Super Smash Brothers, where they're just like all in mascot costumes and they just throw down out of nowhere.
Yeah, they just start tripping each other. They're like dancing in the field, and then it's like, I'm tripping you, and they're like.
I really wish Nintendo would go back to those like crazy. I mean, they tried with the Paul Rudd thing.
That was a nice throwback,
that
with
was
the
a
Switch
throwback.
2 commercial.
But they got to have more wacky. I mean, I feel like Nintendo was all about those wacky commercials.
Yeah, bring back men in mascot suits beating each other up on TV.
Right?
There you go. Nice. All right. Take it, Russ.
All right, so we're going to get into our main topic, arcades in retro gamers, man caves or game rooms and anything. And we have creative arcades in the house. So maybe Hasty can give us a little explanation of what they're doing to be able to bring this to your retro game room.
Yeah. I was kind of expecting Brian to be here for this pitch, but I'll jump right into it.
Whoops.
Yeah, technical difficulties and whatnot. But yeah, so essentially to get these into your house, we make the whole process really seamless. One of the main things is making sure that all of our arcades are gonna fit through your doors at your house.
Oh, good call.
Yeah, you don't not something you're necessarily thinking about at the time. So we still have those big, we can still offer those big 4-player machines like you guys like for what we were just talking about, X-Men, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, etc. And the control panels come off so that you can get them through the door, and then you'll just attach it once it's through wherever it needs to be. We also make sure that it can fit into whatever theme you're looking to have in your background. So whatever your favorite games are, we do all of our vinyl wrap and artwork in-house. We got our massive 10-foot long vinyl printer that everything comes out of. That thing's so cool. And but we've done, you name the theme, we've done it. A lot of really good themes for different bands and things like that. We did some machines for Avenged Sevenfold that are just awesome. I think we even have a picture of that on the site on there.
Yeah, I had seen it there.
Yeah, so and then like we were talking about at the beginning, game packages, we have just some preset options you can do. They've got, generally speaking, they've got the staples on it that you would want to play, your typical Street Fighters, like your classic of classics, your Donkey Kong, Centipedes, etc.
Okay, yeah.
And then really what kind of differentiates some of them is how essentially recent you want to get in terms of your gaming setup. So if you want to go up to, the mid 90s, you want to go be able to play your PlayStation 1 and N64 titles. We have game packages that include those. If you want to move up to some of the systems beyond that, it gets a little bit more tricky because you start getting into the dual joystick realm. But games that do port over well, we do try to include. And then if you don't want to have to, search through a huge game list, you can just pick whatever your favorites are, and we'll get them on there for you.
Nice.
Oh, David's muted.
Yeah, he is muted.
Finally.
Finally. These come fully assembled when they get delivered. They're not like built in like Arcade 1-Up. Like you guys, these are full-fledged cabinets like right out the gate.
Yeah. So it's not like it's not a flat pack or anything. The only time you'll have to do any additional setup is if you do buy one of those. Like we have the full size format that is a bit wider front to back, and so those have the control panels that come separate. So you'll just have to, and we make it pretty seamless. You set it up there. It's just a couple screws. You clip the joystick and button things together. It takes like 10 minutes, and then you're ready to rock and roll.
Nice.
And
look who's back.
I'm back. I don't know what the heck happened.
we got Hasty pitching the company here.
I know he does a better job than me, so let him at it.
Nice. Yeah, so for themes and stuff, do you just essentially pitch the idea and then I guess you have your artist whip something up if I'm like, oh, I want an arcade cabinet that's themed to my YouTube channel or something like that. You have like an artist.
Yeah, so essentially it's a little bit of back and forth. So we'll typically send some artwork from our catalog that we think kind of fits with what you want to kind of get you a baseline of what things are going on with. And then you can say, oh, I like this, but let's, we can change, we're going to change this and add these characters, take these out and things like that. Yeah.
And could you pick like, what if you're like, oh, I want one side to be the Street Fighter art and the other side to be Killer Instinct? You can use like those properties, or that falls into,
you have the funny licensing? You should mention that, because that's actually a pretty common request is like, it's a little different because we'll do quite a few cabinets that are, because people love Marvel versus Capcom. So we've done a bunch of machines where the left side's Marvel, right side's Capcom, or vice versa. But yeah, we've done wraps like that in the past. Mortal Kombat and Tekken was one that we did semi recently. But yeah.
That's sweet. That's some good options. That always alluded to me. I had always wanted the Killer Instinct cabinet, and I think Arcade 1-Up came out with one, and it was quite pricey, where I'm like, I could almost just get the actual Killer Instinct arcade cabinet. But I do have one of the Street Fighter Arcade 1-Ups, which I then mod it and use the Raspberry Pi to add more games because it only had the 3 Street Fighter games. But the one game I can't get in there is Killer Instinct for whatever reason. I can't get a good ROM or something to run it. So I'm like, it's eluding me. I can't play Killer Instinct on a freaking arcade.
It might be, not to get too technical, but if you're using RetroPie, that might be the problem. If you swapped to a different front end with more support for different emulators, you might be able to weed that problem out.
Yeah, also I had, I looked up a YouTube video like most people, and it was like how to convert your Arcade 1-Up to contain more games, basically. And
gotcha.
I just ordered whatever they were suggesting, and I think I have a Raspberry Pi 3 in there, and I'm not super technical with that, so I just went to some website and they made, I didn't even know you can do this, but it was just like a somehow zipped file package that contains like all the games. Like it's already in there. You don't have to get each ROM. I was like, oh, well, this is good. I don't have to search 10,000 ROMs and drag them in.
For sure.
Like we're able to do a lot of family artwork, put their family on there, or corporate themes. The coolest thing I've seen is somebody had us print a quarter on the control deck so they'd always be first in line. And you'd be surprised how many people remember putting the quarter in line.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm fun, and we'll take people's grandkids and put their picture, in the one of the characters, and we did a Ferrari race car, and we put his son as the driver. It's pretty awesome.
Wow.
So are most of these like one of ones, or
Yeah,
like
they're
when you
one on
do the
one.
customs? Yeah.
They're
Okay.
custom. When they order something custom, it's for them one on one. Just like when we did Post Malone, we did Posty Camel. So we designed camouflage with his Posty logo in it, and it's just for him, and it was super cool.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
Nice.
Could we talk about, because I'm interested to know like what these cost for these custom cabinets. Is it based on size, the amount of games? Like how does the pricing work on these things?
So what happens is on a custom cabinet, basically we charge around between $500 to $800 extra to design and wrap a cabinet. So you could buy a basic cocktail for $2,000, or you could buy our TR2. That's our flagship model that has 10,000 games, and that one right there, you're looking at $800 for custom artwork. And people that have their cabins up in the mountains will do a wood theme, or whatever type of theme they're trying to relocate. We're also able to custom wrap bar stools. And what's nice about it is, our standard artwork is super cool, but a lot of people have theme rooms or bars or man caves, and we're designing it to match that type of look. And for us, in the corporate world, we're doing like a Mike's Hard Lemonade, or some type of cool theme, and we're putting it on the arcade where they could market it in their corporate break room. And you'd be surprised how many people want their kids to get off the phone and be the house. We get grandparents all the time buying arcades, so they would be the favorite grandparents. And that's what a great idea, to be the favorite grandparent. So I got to tell you a quick story. We had this older couple, and they had us put the arcade in their bedroom. And I go, why would you want the arcade to be in your bedroom? He goes, that's the only action he's getting. And
oh wow,
awesome!
Good God!
So you guys do everything, right? Like I'm seeing like cocktail arcade cabinet, like you run the whole gambit for these things.
Correct. Like, we do virtual pinballs, racing machines. All good, Greg. Ask the Utah.
Oh no, yeah. Like if you ran into it at a bar or an arcade back in the 80s and 90s, you can find that form factor here to some extent. So really whatever's whatever you like.
Wow, that's really cool.
I mean, the Cruising USA story, I was like, whoa, that's dope.
Yeah.
Right?
How long does it typically take to, like, from the beginning process of the initial contact from a client or any kind of customer to delivery of like the final piece? Is there kind of like an estimated time frame? I know based on artwork, and like, do you guys do approvals for the artwork? Do you have like certain amount of changes somebody can make before they're like done with it, or how, like, what's the process like that?
So within reason, we let them, make some changes. We want them to be happy. This is something they're going to see every day. So we're pretty flexible on it, but we're running between 3 to 6 weeks in most productions. A lot of people on the East Coast, they're buying it now because their winter's coming up, and it's this depends on what model and what we're depending on for supply chain type of product. But we're able to do some pretty cool stuff. We were able to do a lot of personal, like we just did a racer and the guy wanted LEDs all over the place. So that was kind of a cool deal. Or we have arcades that look like wine barrels, and a lot of people have wine cellars, so they're putting a wine barrel in there. And then you have the serious gamers that are buying.
There it is.
There it is, right there. If you go to our gallery, you can see a bunch of ones that we've done for other people that you'll see some pretty amazing themes. There you go.
Nice.
Wow. I see you got, is that a bowling one?
Yeah, that was our skee ball.
Skee ball.
Yeah, skee ball.
Wow.
Yeah, those are wild. So are these like full size cabs, like compared to like the old retro ones, or are these a little bit like what's kind of like the size and space?
Yeah, these
So-
are
Space.
essentially the same size as what you would expect them to be. Some of the models are slimmed down a little bit, like I said, for fitting through doors and things like that. But if you walked up to it, you would feel like you're at a full arcade machine,
Oh, okay.
just like back in the day.
Wow.
So do you guys find to have like a lot of retro gamers putting in like a lot of retro games in these, and like what would be like the coolest retro game custom like you guys might have done?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Guys-
Are you talking just from like a kind of like a full package kind of deal?
Oh yeah,
or
just in general, like what's one of like what are the types of retro games that people typically get, or because you said you had different packages
Oh,
with
yeah.
certain
Well,
games and things like that.
So a big hit for us lately has actually been the old Light Blaster arcade games, because so House of the Dead 2, your
Mhm.
Time Crisis, well, multiple House of the Deads now, but Time Crisis, Alien 3, like Area 51, there's been a lot of demand for those lately, and it's been really cool kind of seeing people passing those kind of games on to their kids and grandkids and stuff. Secretly, I think a lot of them put them in there just so they can beat their kids at video games. But
Just Mario Kart
What?
repetitively then.
Yeah, right.
oh yeah, you got
How
what's the point of having kids if you can't dumpster them in Mario Kart and GoldenEye?
Right?
You know, Like,
Exactly.
how difficult is it for the licensing side of it?
So the licensing side is a bunch of different collaborations we have with a bunch of different companies. We started working with a team overseas in Japan, and then a guy named Zach Penn, who was written a bunch of great movies out there. He set us up with people like Mike Mika. Mike Mika is a software developer that partnered with all these companies that help create our software and our packages and licensings. And then, like I stated before, like on the pinballs, we use relationships with Spielberg's team, and we deal with those licenses. So it's a full-time part of our business dealing with licenses. And then you also have
I can
games
imagine.
that expire, that are old school, that are brought back, to our machines. And then, for us, the golden teas, we have a lot of people are, we all drink and they're drinkers, and golden tea is a big drinking game. These guys are playing each other to bet. So, just a lot of history out there.
Yeah. I remember playing the Golden Tee. They had that at all the bowling alleys back in the day.
Yep.
Have you guys ever done a like a super off-road type thing with the wheels, the steering wheels and stuff?
So we've got so on our racing arcades, all the steering wheels come with force feedback. So any arcade game back in the day that had any kind of rumble feature or any kind of like any kind of effect when you crashed or accelerated or were on a dirt road, you will feel that. And then on like the Xbox and the PlayStation ones, on the modern games, you'll definitely have a really nice kind of full immersive experience with those, because they're a lot better at dialing that in now. I've played a ton of Forza Horizon 5 on there, and yeah, the racing games are kind of my thing.
I will say with the super off-road, my favorite thing was you could just whip that wheel and it would just there's no stop. So you're like, make this turn, and you're just whipping it.
Yeah.
That's the only part you can't do on those.
Right.
It does have a pretty big amount of spin on there, but not that much.
Yeah, you whip that thing around. So as far as we talked about how you guys have done a lot for the celebrities, and that background. As far as like your average consumer, how difficult is it for them to kind of approach you guys and do these, like you said that you have some kind of arcades that you could just buy straight from your website, right? That are kind of preloaded and all that stuff?
Yeah. So they can buy
Hang
the
on.
preloaded arcade, and
Yeah.
then there's an option on the site if you want custom artwork on there. You can select it from a drop-down menu, and then some of the machines, like the TR2s, even have different artworks baked into them that you can choose from, and you even have the option of just doing like if you only want to change the marquee, you can do that. If you only want to do the marquee on the sides, you can do that, and if you want to wrap the whole thing, you can do it.
Okay.
Wow.
What is your most popular, like right out the gate, like that an average consumer would go to the website for?
The
Go ahead.
Brian.
Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
I'm sorry. I was thinking either the 4-player slim because you're getting 4 players and you can upgrade it to guns, and price wise, it's reasonable price. That's a real popper unit. And then we have a unique cocktail that is a tilt up screen, so you can play vertical or horizontal on the tilt up screen. Yeah. So if you go to tables, the cocktail ones, you'll see that our screen actually tilts up.
Sorry, on the cocktail one. Sorry.
Oh yes, there we go.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh cool.
Yeah, and so that right there, that's my invention, and that just basically allows you to play vertical and horizontal, and you're getting the best of both worlds. We also offer a riser that brings it up 10 inches higher, so it's basically like a stand up, but you can sit down and stand up.
Wow.
And now once the games are on here, is that it? It's preloaded, like we can't add more, we can't like is there any kind of a process if somebody wants to get like any kind of upgrades or anything like that?
So a couple times a year, we come out with more games, and we offer a SSD drive that they could buy to upgrade it by plugging in the new SSD drive.
And how hard is that for the average consumer to plug and play?
I mean, I talked to an 82-year-old man through the process yesterday, and we got it done pretty quick. So
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Because I know nothing about like those types of things. Like I could work a computer, no problem. But when it comes to like, like Russ putting in a Raspberry Pi, I'm like, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah,
When he's
so
like modding an N64, I'm like,
I'm baking it and
yeah, right, yeah.
I love Pi.
Yeah, I mean, it's swapping out those SSDs isn't too much harder than plugging your phone in to charge.
Okay.
So it's
And then
it's-
once it plugs in, I mean, it has like a boot system that comes up automatically, and it's pretty easy.
yeah. So it's got a PC in there that runs the whole thing. So you power the
okay.
system on, the PC's set up so that it boots up immediately when it receives power. It'll load up the drive. You don't have to do anything. It boots straight into your game selection menu, and you just pick something.
Okay. So my question is, I have a very small game room. You can't tell, but this room is actually only about like 200 square feet. I'm in the middle of the room. There's stuff in front of me. There's stuff behind me. There's stuff on this side, and there's a wall right here. Is there anything for any kind of consumers that has an issue with space?
Yeah.
As far as sizing goes?
You've got a couple of different options. We've got our retro and classic arcade, depending on which games you like on it. The retro has it's got the 3-button setup, so you're not going to have any like the fighting games or anything on there. And then the classic's going to still give you all your fighting games. It's a slimmer form factor. It kind of limits you on how big the screen can be, but it will it'll help you save some space. It's
I feel like those ones right there. I feel like those ones are like, correct me if I'm wrong, but they seem even like slimmer than say like the arcade 1-ups.
Yeah, these are
like not as deep.
I think they're only about 26 inches at their thickest point there at the base. So,
wow. Okay, and so it looks like the base is actually coming out as far as the joystick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
and then if you're really, really tight on space, we do have our control deck tabletops, and you can just set that down on your counter. You hook it up to, I would say any size screen TV, but we found out recently that once you get above 100-something inches, they kind of start to struggle a little bit. But,
wow.
But yeah, we've got our control deck, and then we got the Light Blaster edition as well. And that one, those are incredibly popular.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Oh yeah,
you guys have some really cool items here.
That one's a blast.
Super
Pun
cool.
intended.
Yeah.
And you can customize this art too on these big.
Yeah. We do vinyl wraps on those all the time.
Nice.
And so wait, this is just a board for the arcades, or is this like
for your TV? You plug it into your
TV.
flat screen.
Got it. So are all the games installed into that as well?
Yeah, so those are going to use, as opposed to like a full PC, those are going to use like a single board computer, not quite similar to a Raspberry Pi, but a little bigger, a little bit more powerful.
I like that.
Yeah, although the Raspberry Pi 5 is pretty powerful, so they might be catching up at this point. But
yeah, that's very cool.
Wow, super cool that they're not those one-up arcades, right? Like
hey man, come on,
products here. Hey, I'm just saying
they have their place.
You guys are putting out there are
those are way cooler for
legit.
Sure.
Something similar
you're not
to
getting
we
like this little
back in the day.
Yeah, you're not getting this little shrunk down arcade where you're scrunched in front of it. This is like a full system, like what you would remember it to be.
Yeah.
So in about 6.5 weeks, I want to see a official Rustley arcade cabinet in the background.
Of put it back there.
Yeah, right back there, all lit up nice. That's what I want to see. I want to see
all your channels down the side.
All your
channels.
One of them.
All 17.
I want to have a snacky snack time game. I want to have.
Well, they're not making games.
Well, we'll find
Not
somebody
yet.
to do that, and then we'll install it.
Really, really cool. I'm really glad that we could have you guys on to talk about this and show us, because not everyone wants those arcade one-ups. Like you said, they have their place and they fit in a lot of game rooms, but they are that smaller version of those arcade cabinets that we used to have back in the day. And not everyone is going to be able to find that arcade that they wanted that is that classic arcade. So you guys are bringing those back. And from what I was seeing on there, you put a ton of games on your system. So you could have anything you wanted on there. You could have Killer Instinct and Mortal Kombat and everything running on there, and then wrap it. Super cool. So I think these are really, really cool. I'm really impressed with what you guys are putting out there.
I do have one question though, because this is a question that I've always was curious about with all of these arcades. So for instance, let's say we're talking about how you guys can literally put NES games on there, Super NES games, and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're pretty accurate on that? I'm reading that correctly? Yeah. Okay, so what exactly, how does that licensing work with those games? Is that public domain? How does that? I'm always wondering about how, because everyone talks about emulation and things like that.
Right.
Where's the legal aspect of that? Because I have no idea, and I would love for somebody to just school me on it.
So on that right there, I refer to legal counsel.
Fair enough.
There's too many ups and downs on it, but there's the laws are 20 years, and most game copyrights are 20 years.
Okay.
We're 16, so the stuff that was in the 80s was only 16 years for copyright and trademark. So things these days are 20 years, but you would be surprised of how many people don't pay their maintenance fee on their IP. So every 4 years you have to pay your maintenance fee, and some people that came out, I met the lady that invented Donkey Kong. She's 83 years old, but she actually sold off and did it all, but she didn't make the lottery like she should have, because she actually didn't pay to renew her IP, but she worked out a deal that she was still taken care of. But it was interesting is people don't realize when you create or design something and you get a patent or design, there's a lot of copyright stuff that if you don't maintain it, you lose it, and it's a shame.
Right.
It's a shame, but it's a full-time job. We have full-time people that's all they do is maintain our systems, and we have a lot of our own IP, and we work hard on it and we respect IP, so it's important. But we're trying to back an experience, and One Up Arcade has helped our business because people experience that their families want to be with arcade, but they need something more in a full-size version, and it's a good experience. And there's different price points on everything, but it's about experience. We love customers, and for us, we're happy to be able to sell something that's in our passion. Arcades is a cool thing to make a livelihood off of.
And it's a mom and pop deal, and it's a very like you said, it's 17 people basically that's working. So it's supporting small business as it is. I think that's great.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is, we're bringing more manufacturing back here to the States, and we're trying to bring more jobs in. And, for us, it's proud when I come to the office and I see us building something and making it, it's great. Or, we actually get people that sends us gifts, customers, they tell us, hey, I got my children off the phone. We're all playing family time. It's such a nice experience that people do that. We even had a guy bring us pecan pies. He drove 80 miles to drop us off pecan pies because he's so happy to have the arcade. It was just it's
cool.
a nice thing.
Keith likes pies.
Raspberry pies. I
thought
Russ was talking about food. I thought, well,
someone was baking.
Bakery. I get it. I didn't realize it was a computer.
We had a guy for a little while who was bringing us he worked for some snack distributor, and he was bringing us giant boxes of the Welch's fruit snacks for months, and I thought I was going to get diabetes.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't.
Right?
So where could people find you mostly, and if they wanted to get one of these cabinets, reach out to you guys?
The website's going to be the best place to get a hold of us. We've got all of our contact information on there if they want to reach out. And then you can do any of your direct purchasing through there. The tech support line goes to my team directly. So if you ever call out, if you ever call in for tech support, there's a coin flip chance you're going to get me on there. And then, you can, and then we do financing as well. So if you don't want to pay for the whole thing up front, we do work with some partners to make sure that anybody that wants one can get their hands on it.
That's perfect. Wow. I'm debating whether or not I need a My Pet Monster or a Madball cabinet.
Ooh. There you go.
Or I can get both, one on each side.
One on each side.
You don't have to choose. We can split the control panel in half, and you can have them. Yeah.
Madballs v My Pet Monsters.
Yeah.
Nice.
I dig it.
So do it, guys. I'm telling you, I want a Rustly one. I want a Retro Cart Collector one. That's awesome. So cool.
Sweet. All right. Well, I'll wrap up our main topic here.
Oh wait, Brian's. Hang on, Brian's muted. Go ahead. What's up, Brian?
It's the thing. We're there for you. We like to, Make a Wish Foundation. We're there. Make that wish. We'll make it happen.
Nice. Get it into your.
I might need a Make a Wish. Yes, for that.
Right. All right, let's wrap this up and get into Wheel of Doom. All right, we're going to get into Wheel of Doom. We're going to choose a topic. Well, we don't get to choose it. We're going to spin a wheel, and it's going to land on the topic, whatever it lands on, we'll be discussing for the next 10 minutes or so. Let me bring up the Wheel of Doom right here. We'll do a shuffle on our topics. There's quite a few we've added on here, so we'll see whatever it lands on. Round and round it goes.
I'm always nervous about this. Oh, geez,
okay, something with the N64.
I think we've already done this one.
Did we do this one?
Yeah, we did this one.
Maybe it was worded different.
It was never removed, maybe.
All right, we'll remove it.
Well, we're not doing it.
We'll spin again.
That was way too rough last time.
I can only imagine.
What do we got?
What is this? Oh, it's right on the border. Do we only love retro games because of childhood memories?
Yes.
That's a hot
topic. End of topic. Yes.
Dave says yes.
No, because they were so good. Some of them were amazing, right?
Yeah.
All right. So it's do you love retro games only because
of the childhood memories? I feel some games, right? Maybe you grew up with freaking Strider, right? And you're like, 4.8 out of 5, Colby. But then you play it nowadays and you're like, so good, not so good. I mean, I live stream retro games every week and still enjoy them. And even games I didn't play right growing up. I just live streamed Goof Troop on Super Nintendo. Never played that growing up.
Okay.
So I have no memories or connections to it. And it was a pretty neat game. Having the ability to play them now and go back to it and check it out, I think is definitely. There are some games that maybe I do enjoy more because of those childhood memories. Yes.
So I have a question for Keith in regards to this.
Uh-oh.
Keith, I watched your latest Retro Cart Collector video about your the box of games that you get, the video game monthly boxes. And you got the Mickey Mouse game. And you enjoyed it. It was a Game Boy game.
Yeah, sure was.
And you enjoyed it because it reminded you of Chip and Dale.
Yeah.
So now, if you had never played Chip and Dale in the past, would you have enjoyed it as much?
Probably not as much because it is a little janky. It is a little hard to control it. It's a Game Boy game, so it's not as high end as some of the other ones we would have seen on the Nintendo. It's definitely not Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers.
So I guess what I'm getting at, though,
memory,
is...
yeah, absolutely. That increased my enjoyment.
Sure. So I think where I'm going with this is because we did play these games when we were in childhood, does that automatically put us already in like the nostalgia mode with even any newer games? For instance, Russ, you play a lot of homebrew games that are retro inspired with the graphics and the gameplay. Now, do you enjoy those because you have nostalgia for the old games, or would they sit alone if you had never had that experience as a child?
Right. It's definitely a fine line where I bought a bunch of new games that came out for the Nintendo. There's still games coming out 2025 for the NES, physical carts you can put in your system, and I play a lot of them. And it could be, yes, because I enjoyed playing Nintendo in the 80s growing up. So getting that new game, you're like kind of harkening back to me maybe going to Toys R Us and picking up a game and playing it while I'm at my dad's house for the weekend, and I'm kind of getting that a little experience and enjoying it a bit more than if I never played any of those retro games and just experience it now. Even now with a lot of the new games that come out, the indie developers know this, and a lot of these new games are like that retro style where it looks like a Super Nintendo 8-bit with like added backgrounds and stuff that pull on those retro strings of like
So like one of the games that I love right now is Shredder's Revenge. Now, I don't think I necessarily... I'm going to say this. I really love that game. I don't know if that I love that game because of childhood memories, though. Like childhood nostalgia with retro gaming, even like because the graphics relate. I just really do enjoy that game. So because of this, well, we're talking about specifically retro games, though, right?
Right. Do we only love retro games because of the childhood memories attached to them, essentially?
Right.
I mean, it's not just like we're talking Nintendo, we're talking Super Nintendo right now, but it's not just that either, right? Like, Brian, you went from doing one thing with your like a kind of a career path with your life to now you have the arcades, and I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. Is memories of playing those games. We already talked about it a little bit here, right? Like going and playing this game here, going and playing it there. Like that might have changed the trajectory of your life, right? Because you have those memories and that childhood. Right?
Oh yeah. I mean, for me, I remember as a kid after high school, going on the way home, stopping in the liquor store to play Galaga and Galactica and getting a pack of bubble yum gum. I don't know if you guys
Right.
remember that. You know,
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
you know, I had $1, you know, of quarters, and that was it. It was like I was jonesing to get out of school to go play, you know. And it's like arcade. Even when I had my automotive company, you know, our break room had arcades in it, so it was like a sign, you know. It was meant
Yeah.
to be.
Right, and we love, like, even to now, we're in love with, we're looking with our whole topic. We're talking to you about your arcades, and it's because a lot of us have that love for playing that game, like you said, you know, at whatever store, the burger joint, or the gas station, and going and playing that and having that love and those memories. Do we love them just because of that? Maybe in some cases, right? But maybe not always. But I think
Pong.
it plays a big part.
What's that, Brian?
So Pong is my all-time favorite game. It's the sound. As simple as it was, Pong was my favorite. And I always remember as a kid when I turned off my TV at the black and white TV, it would leave the Pong marks. You would see the marks.
Yeah.
Burned into the.
Yeah, burned into it. But it's just like that's that was what I grew up with. As simple as it was like still my favorite game ever because it was the game I grew up with. And it just when I hear that sound effect, and that sound is like, oh my God, I'm jonesing,
Yeah, I love it for those memories. It takes you back to those moments. It's a time
Exactly.
machine back to that, right? Hasty, do you have any, like, is there something that brings you back
I
to those
mean,
moments? And this is a game that you love just based on those memories?
yeah, so I mean, like one of the first games that I can really like remember, my first console was a Super Nintendo. I missed the NES. I had the name's escaping me, but it was the Mario pack that had like Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3 on it.
Oh yeah, the All Stars.
All Stars. Yeah.
All Stars, yeah, there you go. And I still have it. I still have it up for my Super Nintendo. I still play it. But those like it kind of created like those Mario games are like my comfort games. I'll always go back to them. I'll always play them, and it just feels like what I'm supposed to be doing in a way. And so I definitely stay in retro gaming because of those childhood memories. But all those games still definitely hold up. They're classics for a reason. And
Absolutely.
you still see like that effect on games today. One of my current favorite games, although it's almost 10 years old at this point now, is Celeste. If any of you play,
Nice, great soundtrack.
Great
oh,
soundtrack.
I gotta go back and I gotta play it again.
Just the movement is so buttery smooth. But it's all they all started where like Super Mario with the platforming. That's where it all kind of started. Super Mario 3, you start introducing those momentum mechanics, and then all of a sudden, boom, you have games like Celeste. So
right,
like you said, they are solid titles, right? Like,
yeah.
And I mean, you guys are both probably seeing it now. Maybe Russ, maybe not quite yet, but David, your daughter's playing some of these older games now.
Yeah.
And she's enjoying them. It's not because she had, obviously there's no nostalgia for her based on it, but she's enjoying playing them because they are solid title.
I can't tell you like how
but-
many days like in a row she'll ask me to come down here and just play the Turtles arcade cabinet.
Right.
You
Because
know,
it's
she
such
loves
a
that.
great game. It's not just because of nostalgia. End of the day, nostalgia plays a big factor, but it's not just because of that. It's because a lot of those retro games might have been really difficult, like Strider, but a lot of them are solid titles, right? Super, like the Mario game. They're solid titles, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
But it's interesting about Strider is like that Russ. You own that game physically.
I don't know how I picked it up somewhere. I must have been. I don't know. It doesn't have the manual, so I'm a little sad with that. So it's not complete.
But no, to make Keith has a very valid point there. I didn't even think about it that way. Is like my daughter, she's going to be 7, believe it or not, and I think one of I'd have to ask her like what the first game I had her play was, and to be honest with you, what I think the first game, because I have a CRT over here, I have an NES set up, and I have a Sega Genesis set up. And I want to say, besides this Turtles cabinet, I think one of the first games I had her play, which she actually really enjoyed, and she was probably like 5 at the time, was, and I don't know, you could judge me on parenting. It wasn't Mortal Kombat, don't worry. It was Streets of Rage 2, but with Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge sprites.
Yeah.
So it was Streets of Rage 2, but it was
Mhm.
all, it was a homebrew of all the sprites from. So it's called Shredder's Revenge. And I don't know if maybe she really enjoyed it because it was Ninja Turtles.
Right.
But
right.
the graphics of Streets of Rage, so it had all those graphics. She loves Shredder's Revenge on Switch. We've been playing she even plays, like, I tried having her play like Super Mario Brothers and other than that, but it's like it's being 5 or 6 years old, it's a little hard to control. But I didn't even think about that. Like, those are the retro games, and they have zero nostalgia for. So maybe tomorrow I'll ask her. I'll say, what is it that you love about these games, and I'll report back to you guys. And but
Yeah,
that's
right now.
definitely something to think about. Yeah,
It
for
could
sure.
be a reflection on my dad loves these games, so I too want to enjoy them. And maybe you enjoy them because you enjoyed them when you were a kid. So it's
Mhm.
almost like she's projecting that enjoyment from you, or who knows?
It could be. She loves coming down here and seeing all the toys. So we'll see.
Nice.
So overall, what do you guys think, Russ? What do you think? You think you're
Do you only love retro games because of childhood memories? I'd say it certainly has a factor, but I wouldn't say 100% on that.
Yeah, maybe like 90%.
They're
I wouldn't
quality
say
titles.
only is a very strong word.
Right.
There's a little loose. There's some loose translation in there somewhere. But yeah,
That's a good one.
I mean, it's. I think in the end is like, if you. Well, okay. So Russ, because you stream every week, so do you stream games that you never played before?
Yeah, but a lot of times I'll stream something new that I haven't played before. Again, I said on my channel I've been reading Nintendo Power magazine, and I'll keep like a notepad next to me and jot down games where I'm like reading the magazine and I'm like, I've never played that or heard of that game. Like, maybe I should check that one out. And so I get to experience it for the first time and chat with people, watching me play and be like, all right, maybe I do enjoy this one, or maybe it sucks. We don't
So
play
when
that
you
one again.
When you play those games for the first time, is any part of those nostalgia driven?
The
Because
only
they're new games,
right, the nostalgia driven would be, I'm playing a Super Nintendo game and I'm like, oh, I love Super Nintendo growing up. Not that it looks like this or this and that.
Okay.
So again, it's slightly there, right? Because it's like,
Yeah.
that's what I did growing up, and it's like maybe I get that feeling of like, oh, I was renting a Super Nintendo game on the weekend and playing it, and that has that feeling like, oh, this is a new game I never played before, and it's like grabbing it from the rental store and playing it. So who knows?
So yes, kind of, but not really is the answer.
Perfect.
That works for me.
Let's remove it. Boom. Gone. Wrap that one up. I did jump the gun. We had a voicemail that I did not put on. So if you guys do want to call into the show and leave us voicemails, you can do it anytime. It's 949-682-9277. That's 949-682-WARP. Leave us a voicemail. We'll play it on the show. Could be about the main topic, could be asking a question, anything, and we'll play it on the air. So let's see what you guys had to say.
I keep dreaming about my dream phone. It's for you.
What is up, my weekly War Pipers? It's your buddy NES Addict. I hear we're talking about having an arcade in your game room. Well, for a while, I did have an arcade 1-up. I was lucky enough to get a arcade 1-up of Final Fight from Walmart when they were selling them for $50. What a steal that was.
Wow, that's a steal.
I bet I played it 15, 20 times. but just never really found myself playing it all that much. And to be honest with you, right before I sold it to my buddy Philip, it stopped working really well. And I thought, man, for no more than I've played this should not be, tore up already.
Right.
So, that was all the space I had in my tiny little closet game room. 4 was the arcade 1-up, and I only bought it because it was so cheap. And it was fun to own for a while because Final Fight is a arcade game I remember growing up playing down at Wild Water and Wheels in Surfside Beach, South Carolina, when it still existed. I think they tore it down recently. But anyway, that's my little story about the arcade that I once had. Like I said, it was just an arcade 1-up, so nothing crazy. Anyway, do yourself a favor and listen to Toto's Africa. What a great 80s song. I guess the rain's down in Africa. All right, guys.
Perfect.
Have a great day. You don't have to listen to me sing anymore.
Jesus. Thanks, Jay.
That song is great.
I do like the Weezer version. Weezer covered it as well.
Yep.
Oh, there's nothing beating that Toto
the original.
version.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good one too.
I was listening to Rosanna today.
Oh, okay.
Toto's Rosanna.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So for our guests, in case you didn't know, Jay was a co-host on the podcast previously, and now every week he calls in and he gives us a song to listen to. We added to our Spotify playlist, so now you can listen to his whole catalog on Spotify. You just search the Weekly Warp Pipe playlist, I guess. I think that's what it is. We leave a link in the description. You guys could listen to all of Jay's Do Yourself a Favor.
Do yourself a favor. Nice.
Yes.
Good one.
I forgot what the last week's episode was, but he had a good one then too. But yeah, go on Spotify, look up. It's under Weekly Warp Pipe, Do Yourself a Favor, and it's a curated playlist.
Nice.
All right,
Perfect.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got reminder of the Warp Pipe rental this week. If you guys want to get in on it, we're going to be playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the NES. And if you guys do have some extra free time, again, the original movie is hitting theaters, I think, for one day only. So if you can find a theater near you, you can certainly check out the original movie. But we'll be playing this classic NES game. Hopefully, you can get past the damn level.
Well, I think that if anyone has any spare time, they're not going to the movies. They're going to be in that damn level.
Playing the damn
the electric seaweed. Who puts electric seaweed underwater? Who does that?
I want to talk to the contractor.
Right? Who installed this?
What do we get into next week, Dave?
So I think Russ and Jay covered this topic a while ago. I think this is the way they worded it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We're going to talk about video games you thought you would enjoy, but did not.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one on the Nintendo.
that could make the list.
I mean, that's not wrong. So we'll each come up with a list. We'll talk about it. Maybe we'll have some matching, and maybe it should be a good conversation. But you guys could we'll put a post out. You guys could let us know what games you think of that you thought you'd enjoy but did not, and then we'll get those on the show as well.
Excellent. All right. And again, we want to thank our guests for being on the show. We got Creative Arcades. You guys could plug your stuff one last time in case people do want to check you guys out.
Yeah, creative-arcades.com. There's a hyphen in there. Go check us out. We got the games.
We got the games.
They've got the games.
We appreciate you guys having us on. What a great honor. Super fun.
Yeah, this has been a blast.
Excellent.
Glad to have you.
Much
I love
appreciate
this.
it.
Yeah.
So again, I'll leave links in the description down below if you guys want to check that out. And you'll be able to maybe get a cool arcade in your game room. Excellent. Dave.
You know what? You know what we should do is everyone that's listening too. Like, what kind of arcade would you guys want for your game room? Like, if you had the bit of like fully customized arcade cabinet, leave it in the comments so we can visit it, and Brian and Hasty can check it out.
Excellent. Good call. Good call. All right, we'll wrap up to where you guys can find our solo stuff in case you want to check that out. We always got things going on. Keith, what are you up to?
Retro Cart Collector on YouTube, Retro Cart Collector on Instagram. A new video every Sunday. I go through my game collection. I have 88 Nintendo games left on the full North American release, minus save events, of the Nintendo set. So gonna be
Awesome.
going and checking something out pretty impressive. Actually, tomorrow, a full NES collection is being purchased. I'm excited to be involved and checking it out. So bring that number down a little bit lower here right away. David, where do they find you?
Find me on YouTube as well. It's been going pretty well. New episodes every Sunday, and we're gonna be adding another video during the week.
Okay.
Hopefully it can be sustained. They're gonna be smaller episodes, but still just a little bit of extra content. So, with you guys listening to this today, a video is being released for. I just went to Terrificon. We just wrapped up all of the Chicago Toy Show videos. We then have to go to our trip down to Siege, do all the toy hunting down there, finding vintage toys at a retro game convention. We're about, at the timing of this video, about this podcast recording, I am only 45 away from 1,000 subs. So once we hit that, we're going to do an updated toy room tour. So it's Dave, it's me on YouTube, if I didn't say it already. How about you, Russ?
I got a bunch of channels you could check me out on. My main one was Russ Lyman. All my DIY stuff is on Russ Lyman. I just dropped a video yesterday where I took a Pikachu Funko Pop and turned it into a custom shifter knob. So that video is up on there. But I also got Rustley is my retro gaming channel on there. And we got a bunch of videos. I've been streaming every day this week, so we got a bunch of live streams on there if you want to check the replays. I just went through August 1991 Nintendo Power with Dr. Wily's Revenge on the cover, and we just dropped SNES games after N64. So you can check out those videos as well. And I'm on the TikToks, Instagrams, and all that under Russ Lyman. And of course, you can find me here at the Weekly Warp Pipe every week. We'll give a quick shout out to our channel members. We got in the house Retroholic 16, Bryce Day W, Austin Mills, Fox Driven Retro, and the Wizard J. I'll be printing out membership cards this week, so we'll get your packages out to you, but we appreciate your support. You can head over to theweeklywarpipe.com for all our latest videos, merch, and information on that. Sweet. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. And thanks for jumping in the Warp Pipe with us. And we'll see you on the next level.